Hey everybody, I don't know if anyone's here or not yet, but it's time to start. So if you're here, welcome. If you're not here, I'll wait a second for you. Just wanted to say hello to everybody. Before I get started with all the fun stuff, because I have lots of fun stuff to show you, and some announcements, small announcements, just kind of wanted to chat a little bit, let you know what's been going on. I feel like it's been 100 years since I've seen some of you. It probably feels that way. Probably not to my husband, who has to see me every day, but that's okay. Some of the things that I have been learning in our timeout, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to call this right now. It's timeout, it's an apocalypse, it's I don't know. I don't know what it is. Hi, Lisa. I've been calling it the apocalypse. Things that I have learned over this time that I have not been able to leave my house much and see anybody. One of the things that I learned is that The Walking Dead has definitely not prepared us for this. I was waiting for the zombies. They have not come yet. I was definitely ready for that. Some of the other things that I have figured out, I really love my husband. We are getting along pretty well. We're not fighting as much as I thought that we would, being trapped together. Come to find out, though, I'm the annoying one in the relationship, so that was a surprise. Maybe not to some of you. Hi, Diana. Some other things. I really miss traveling. I really miss getting to see all of you in person, or just being able to leave my house when I want to. And I'm sure some of you are really feeling that too. The grocery store is just not as much fun. Hi, Gloria. It was never fun, but now knowing all the precautions to have to go to, going to the grocery store is just not what it used to be. I miss being able to drive across the country, drive to another state, do whatever I wanted to do. Hi, Regina. Hi, Connie. Some of the things that I do enjoy about being home, and if you followed me at all, you know I have 3 dogs. You see 2 of them more than the third. I really do enjoy being home with them. They're great. I really love being around them. I love going to bed with them and waking up with them. What I don't love is that they smell like farts a lot, but they're dogs, so, you know, you take the good with the bad. Hey, Barb. Thank you. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm reading comments here. Hi, Susan and Mary. I'm trying to say hi to everybody. This is my first Facebook Live, and clearly I have not had human interaction in a long time because I'm just rambling for no reason. But anyway, enough of that. You've caught up. You know where I'm at. I'm in my office, as you can see. This is some of our inventory. I decided not to do this at home because I knew that I was going to be interrupted 100 times. My husband, even though I tell him what I'm doing, forgets what I'm doing. Oh, hey, Marlene. Marlene has wine. I have coffee because I thought about drinking, but then I wasn't sure if I should or not. I'll do that later. One of the things, now that Barb and Marlene are here, I wanted to say to them is that, not that I ever did not appreciate you guys, but damn, I really, really miss you guys, and I appreciate you a lot. As the hardware is dwindling down and I have to start bagging things and I'm doing all the shipping by myself, I miss you guys a lot. So, not just having someone here to talk to, hello, and listening to the 2 of you bicker like an old married couple. I, of course, miss that. But I really do just miss, you know, all the work that you guys do. You're amazing. So, thank you. So, what I did, I made myself a list because I know that I'm a rambler and I was going to forget half of what I wanted to tell all of you guys. See, I knew you missed me. So I wrote down a list because I want to show you guys some stuff and tell you some stuff and kind of just go from there. So, oh, thank you, Lisa. Lisa said I'm beautiful, and that's very sweet because I don't know about you, probably not during these times, but you ever wake up and you think, I look pretty good today, I'm good, and then you put a camera in front of yourself and you're like, no, I don't. It's okay. Oh, and people are getting packages. That's awesome. Ramble away, Tammy says. Trust me, I could do that for about 7 hours, but you guys have other things to do because it's Friday night. So, first things first, now that you're caught up in all of the things I haven't been doing, and one other thing, and I hope that some of you can relate to this, maybe I'll make you feel better by telling you this. I am so much more ambitious on paper than I am in person. I have a very, very long list of things to do at home, things to do at the office, things that I want to accomplish in general. Yeah, I haven't gotten most of them done, but it's okay because I'm not going to beat myself up over it. As far as I know, I am here until at least August, possibly longer. As some of you may know, I do a lot of shows. And as of today, everything that I have planned, classes, shows, lectures, all of it is canceled through July. I'm hoping that I get to leave again in August. I have a feeling it might not happen, but that's okay. We're not going to be negative. We're going to have fun. Hi, everybody. Hi. So, oh, somebody from the Bahamas. Yeah, saw me at Daytona. Daytona was the last show that I did, and it was an amazing show. So, that being said, you might be seeing a lot more of me than you normally do online, and a lot more of this, because my friend and I, safely, are planning to do some more Facebook Lives. I have a cameraman lady all set up to do some actual sewing Facebooks. So tonight, unfortunately, because of the way that things worked out with cameras and machines, and it's a whole long story, I won't be sewing, but I have some things here to show you. And then I also have my ironing set up here because I wanted to talk to you about some tools and some ironing. Hi, everybody. So, oh, somebody just asked about an online class. I'm going to get to that, Tammy, so don't you worry. That is on my list of things that I'm going to accomplish tonight, so don't you worry. All right, and Regina, we have nowhere else to go. That is true. I'm going home to probably drink and work on the only six-pack that I've worked on since March, which is alcohol. So, let's go over the list here. Okay, so I want to just show you guys a couple of things that are new. If you follow me at all, or if you've been on the website, you've probably seen this stuff, but just in case you haven't, or just as a refresher, kind of a little sideline on that. I am still getting some new stuff in. A little bit of fabric, a little bit of hardware, probably not much more at the moment, just with everything, you know, going on. I have been getting my cork replenished. Somebody did ask me about some new prints, and chances are I will not be getting any new prints for a while. I'm kind of trying to keep everything as replenished as I can, but also being conscious of the situation at hand and the fact that I am only working on a website right now. I'm not traveling for the show, so I don't need the overage of inventory. I want to keep as much as I can and keep you guys happy, and thank you to all of you who have been placing orders. I'm shipping them all by myself, so if anything was wrong, I have to take full credit for it. I'll blame Barb anyway. Anyway, I am trying to keep everything in, and we do have some new stuff hopefully coming in next week. So perhaps if there is another Facebook on, I don't know, Friday, I might have some more things to show you. But for now, some of the things that we did get in that have been uploaded, we got more swivels because you guys have been loving these swivel hooks, the little 1/2-inch ones. So I have them in all 6 colors. They're all restocked. We have tons of them. I know the rainbow ones were temporarily out of stock, but they are good to go now. Along with that, at all of the shows I've been at for like the past year, I would say, maybe a little bit longer, there's been a lot of requests for 1/2-inch hardware. So I'm trying to add more to that selection. And in doing so, if you guys remember the little teeny tiny D-rings that we've had for a long time, when the rainbow ones came in, they came in kind of thick, and I like them that way a little bit better. So all of them have been replaced with the thicker ones. In the meantime, these little thin ones have been packaged 4 in a package instead of 2. And once the bulk of these are gone, once I'm done with the thin ones, I won't be reordering those. We're going to keep the thick ones in. So for all the projects you've been using them for, they will work. I've gotten feedback that they are better because they're thicker and stronger. And I mean, we're ladies. We load our stuff up, do we not? So, you know, a little bit heavier duty is not a bad thing. So those are all in all 6 colors. And also, I'm really excited about this. Even though I said I was not going to get these because I didn't think that we needed them. And of course, as soon as I say that, it's going to happen. Our 1/2-inch slide sets. So got those in all 6 colors. Okay. So those are listed on the website as well. And those are going to be useful for one of the things that I have to show you tonight. but I'm going to make you wait for a minute on that. So you might be interested in those. Some of the other things, we did get a little bit of ribbon. All right. I know you guys are just as much a Tula Pink fan as I am. So I did get all the sewing machine from Homemade. And then I also got, hi Chrissy, I got the monkeys. The monkeys are upside down. So a little bit, I may get some more. Again, it kind of depends on requests and it depends on how things are going. So I'm saying as positive as I can. And I know all of you are too, but there are some days that I just want to rip my hair out, especially the gray ones, but that's okay. So let me see, let me look up my list here. And then we did get some new fabric in. You can see behind me is some of the wide backs, the Tula Pink wide backs. I got all 3 of those. I don't remember ordering them, but that's okay. They came here anyway. I also have some canvas because you guys really like the canvas and how that looks on bags. Hi, Christy, and Christine, and there's so many of you, and Cindy. Hi, Cindy. So we did get the canvas in. My favorite one came back. I'm sure you saw this on the website, but this one right here. So that's in stock, and we'll get to that in a minute. And that's about it for fabric right now. Hi, Bonnie. How are you? So that's what's new right now, and that is all on the website. It's all been uploaded, and if you have any questions, I tried to put measurements and all the stuff that's on there. I know Regina from Genome just finished an awesome road trip bag that I have to post on my page because you guys have to see how awesome the butterflies look. It's such an overlooked print because it's just so soft and subtle, but it has a little bit of metallic. Just great canvas. So I'm gonna later on I will put that up there. Hi Mary, how are you? So I'm gonna upload some more pictures. So transitioning into talking about uploading. This isn't gonna be super clear for you guys, but I just wanted to show you. I'm exhausted right now. That's why I'm drinking coffee at 6 o'clock at night. And the reason is I stayed up very late last night working on my website. Up until about a year ago, it was kind of a scrambled mess. Things just kept getting like thrown on there. Hey, Margaret. And so now I've decided that since I have some free time, I will go through and kind of update some of the things that needed to be updated. Hey, Joe. So, sorry, it's like I have ADD or something. Every time someone says hi, I have to say hi back. So I spent last night finishing up one of the last pages that has been bugging me. And it's the patterns page. And the patterns page, I didn't realize how much of a mess it was until I started messing around with it last night. It would be new stuff and then pictures and then quilt patterns and then bag patterns. There was no cohesiveness, one of those, to the entire page. And so last night, because I was uploading something new, I just kind of had enough. And I was like, I'm going to fix this page and get done with it. So I'm going to try to show you. But if you guys want to go on later, you can look. So now, I don't know what that is. Hold on a second. This is what happens when you lean over things. Okay, so what I have done here is put everything, all the bags are up on the top. I know it's hard to see, but if you want, take a look at the website later. All the bags are nice and neat, just all the covers here. And then if you scroll down, we've got all the quilt patterns, everything is together, all the Drunkard's Path stuff is together. It's all, hi Lynn, it's all really organized. And I added a new page. And the new page, I'll show you in a second, is an inspiration page, but also a kits page because you guys love kits. I did not realize how much you love kits. But you guys have been buying a lot of the train case kits for the magazine and you've been really asking for more kits. I get messages and emails every day. I've always been asked that question, but with traveling, sometimes you're limited with space and with time, and so I haven't been able to always get the kits ready or have the space to put them out. Well, now I have the room and I can get the kits ready for you guys. So what I did is I kitted a whole bunch of stuff and there's a whole new page. So now instead of looking, hi Penny, instead of looking on the patterns page and seeing a pattern and then, you know, clicking pictures, sometimes it was hard to find the shop button because if the description was long, it would go really far down. All of those have been moved. And I'm gonna find this here for you before I show you the kits. So all of those have been moved to a separate page, including any of the information, if I've done something like out of Cork that the pattern wasn't written in Cork. So kind of all that information still neatly put on a separate page, but that way you're not overwhelmed when you're trying to find a pattern. And so on here, this is towards the bottom here, are just pictures. Lots of pictures, and I have more to upload too, and there is a name and a description with each one. So if you're looking at something and you're like, what is that bag pattern? It says the bag pattern name, it says what the cork is, it has some information on there. So it's nice and easy for you guys to find stuff. Very, very proud that I finally got that done. I think the website is where I want it now. Okay, so enough with the computer. Do you want to see some pretty stuff? I know you do. So I'm just marking off, make sure that I don't forget anything. I got that. Okay, so I'm going to start with the magazine. Tonight I had hoped to get more into the magazine. Thank you. But unfortunately, some of the online vendors still haven't gotten their magazines in, and some of you I know are not venturing out often. I'm in upstate New York. I went to our Hannaford, which is one of our local grocery stores, last week, I think, and I saw the magazine there. I checked for a customer on the 3 websites that are on the home page. Fat Quarter Shop did not have it in yet as of like 2 days ago, and eQuilter did not have it in yet. Be patient with them. They're waiting on deliveries, and unfortunately, it's not really in their hands. They're just kind of waiting for stuff to get to them. I did see that they had like 25 or 30 copies on the APQ shop. I think it's the All People Quilt shop. There might even be a digital offering if you want it that way, but otherwise check your local grocery stores or like a Target or Walmart if you happen to get there. Somebody just mentioned she got hers at Joann's in Maine. Our Joann's is still closed. New York has been hit pretty hard with all this, so we're still closed. Somebody else just said CVS had it. So if you're still looking for it, I'm going to wait and maybe touch base more on the magazine next week once I feel like everybody's gotten theirs. So the magazine, if you didn't see it, it's on the home page of the website, but it's the Quilts and More here. And this is the summer Quilts and More. And there is my little train case here. So I thought I would actually show you, the name of the magazine is the Better Homes and Garden Quilts and More. I was in the spring edition, which came out in January, and now the summer edition, which is out now. And then there's 2 more. I did a whole travel series, so there will be 2 more magazines after this. And this is the train case that's in the magazine. And so what I love about this, it's not a real train case. And if you're familiar with bag making, you will understand the difference. A train case would zip all the way to the back and it opens like fully. It kind of flaps open. It can be a little tedious to make something like that, and especially in a magazine that they have requested have beginner-friendly patterns, and I only have 2 pages. So to do an actual train case was not going to happen, but this is kind of my version of a train case. So it doesn't open fully, but I thought it was super cute anyway. Works great with your big prints. Definitely want to use something non-directional, and it's because of the way that the pieces are cut and kind of maneuvered when you sew the bag. If this was directional, something will end up being upside down or going the wrong way. Excuse me. So you definitely don't want that. So this is kitted on the website, the exact fabrics that are in the magazine that are shown here with the purple zipper, because I love me some purple. And even if you're not a purple lover, I think you can handle just that little bit of purple. And so that is on the home page of the website. It's also on the kits page. So just so that if you just go to the kits page, it's on there. And I've got plenty of this fabric. I designed it. So a little shout out for myself because there's no one else here to praise me. Sorry, not that anyone ever does that. But here is that one. And then also there is the canvas version. And I want to show you in this. I did use a directional print inside of this, but the only reason I'm okay with it is because it's not like when I think directional, I think of a tree that has to stand up or animals that are standing up. This one, you can see the arrows go left to right. Yes, Lisa, purple, your favorite color in the whole world. And the arrows go up and down here. And so it doesn't bother me. If it was something like a tree or anything, like that would bother me. Penny, you're so sweet. And thank you, Barb. And hold on here. Oh, June. June is a new shop wholesale account. And she made it, and it was fun and easy to put together, and she put kits together. Well, thank you. I'm sorry if I'm reading this and you guys are also reading this. It's just really exciting for me. Hey, Shelly. So that is the canvas version, and this uses the faux metal zippers that we have here. And this one has the little donut pull. I love the donut pull because you can put a little handmade tag or hook something on there like a tassel, whatever. And so I did that one. Okay. That's also on the kits page and the home page. And then I want to just say, before I get into this, I don't know if she's watching or not, but Cindy from Vermont, who probably thinks I'm a lunatic, I'm really, really sorry that I told you I was not going to kit the bag in Cork. I had no intentions of kitting it in Cork. I don't really have a reason why. Sometimes I do weird things, especially during an apocalypse. So I said I was not doing it. I'm not doing it. And then like everybody kept messaging me and they're like, we want the Cork. So I did the Cork. So Cindy, I'm really sorry if you think I'm crazy. I am. So this is the Cork one. And again, the faux metal zipper. And I just put this inside. I did do, that was a fat quarter, an old fat quarter I had. The one that is on the website, I don't remember what's in it. Oh, I'm lying. This one's not on the website. This is my version. The one that is on the website in Cork is currently in Indiana. It was a birthday present. So ignore me. See, I told you I was crazy. Let me drink coffee. This is one that I actually made that I was hoping to use for myself. There is a Cork version on the website, which I don't have, with the rainbow triangles, and that one has another juniper print in it, the yellow with the bugs. Thanks, Carol. And thank you, Mary. And for any of you who have done the road trip bag, this will make a little bit more sense to you because of the way that you're going to do these corners. Much simpler than the road trip bag. Not going to take all of the time. Thank you, Mom. My mom's watching. So this is going to make a little bit more sense to those of you that have done the road trip bag, but if you haven't, it doesn't matter. It's beginner friendly. There's one step just with the handle that I think maybe you might want to see. And so I'm going to work on that for next week. Hopefully that will be our Facebook for next Friday. Because I think we're going to start some Facebook Fridays with some live videos and some other videos and show you, what's going on here. Do I put interfacing on the Cork? No, I do not. And that is also written on the website, and included in the kit is just the interfacing for the lining. I do interface Cork sometimes, but for this I did not need to. It's okay that it's squishy. I kind of like that I can put this away when I'm not using it and then pop it back out. The Cork really holds its shape well. So that's a really good question. But no, for the Cork, I did not interface any of that. So that's the magazine project. And if you have the magazine, you already saw this, but if not, I'll show you. In the corner here, right there, is the next project. It's a little backpack, just a little drawstring backpack. And then there's one more project that will be out in the last magazine. I've been working on this for about a year now, so it's super exciting to see it actually in print. And so thank you, Joanna from Better Homes and Gardens, who literally talked to me at every single show and event that she saw me at and said, please do something. This was not the something I was intending. I didn't know I was going to get 4 projects out of it. So I don't know, it's fun to see something that you made get published, not just by you, but by a magazine. So there is that. I'll get rid of that. And now I want to talk about some of the new stuff. So, okay, magazine is done. I'm marking things off the list. So I'm sure you've already seen if you're on the website at all, but I just wanted to show you a couple of the new projects that I released in March, I think. March or early April, right in the beginning of all this, right around Lancaster. Thank you, Denise. So this is the new Piper bag. Oops, that's backwards. So there's the new Piper bag. I don't know if you've seen this. I know Lisa has already made hers. A couple of other people have already made them and sent me pictures. This is just a nice little tote bag with the recessed zipper top. Okay, which magazine? That's okay. Hold on. Okay. Magazine is the Quilt and More, the Better Homes and Garden. And if you look on my website, it's right on the homepage, and there's some information on there. So feel free to check that out. That was for Kirsten, who just checked in. So that's the Piper. And I'm really obsessed with leopard print lately, so I did one in leopard. Just wanted to kind of show you guys that. Sometimes you just need to see colors together and, you know, just kind of see what you like and what you don't like. And I put flowers inside of this one because why not? Okay, so that was a release about a month and a half ago. Thank you, Sue. And then the Ginger Cork wallet. So you guys know I love hardware. I'm a hardware fanatic. We have so much hardware. I just showed you some of the new hardware, but sometimes you just want something quick and easy, and you might not have hardware, or you don't want to wait for it to come in. Don't forget, we ship for free in the United States. So this is the Ginger Cork wallet, and it's just a 9x12 piece of cork. So a very small amount of cork. You can even use scraps, which I did here. I mixed this one up and did it in 2 different colors. And it's nice and simple. I think like the day I released it, Barb made one and posted it and loved it. So if you have some little cork scraps, you could even use a vinyl or a thin leather. I wouldn't use anything too heavy. Something that's not going to fray, because these are raw edges that are on here. So you definitely want to use something that you're not going to have to worry about fraying. Regular cotton fabric would not work for this project. But this is a mini pattern, so it's a $6 pattern. Uses a little bit of cork, and that's it. No interfacing, fabric, hardware, nothing. Just nice and simple. And you can make yourself one of these. Shelly, yes, I know. The magazine has been hard to find. Like I said, I did just see it on apqshop.com. I think I looked like 2 or 3 days ago. The days are all a blur at this point. But I would check there first, because I know that they said they had them in stock. Otherwise, I know Fat Quarter Shop and eQuilter are getting them. They are the 2 online retailers. So maybe check on there. You know, keep checking like every couple of days. I know shipments have been delayed. Oh, and you made 2 of the Ginger wallets. Awesome. So yeah, so nice and quick and easy. I don't even want to say this, but you know what happens at the end of the year when we have to make gifts for people, that holiday that I procrastinate on. Great little gifts. Throw a gift card in there if you have teenagers, you know, just friends that you want to make a bunch of them for. I can do one of these in like, I think less than an hour. Yes, I wrote the pattern, I know, but but they're nice and quick and easy. And if you get yourself set up with like using the same color thread and bobbin for a few of them, they go really quick. So you don't have to keep changing thread color. Yeah, unfortunately the magazine keeps selling out, but hang in there, and also check on the All People Quilter, the Better Homes and Garden. One of them may have it as a digital copy. I can't be 100% sure, but see if you can check on there. I know that they're not working every day, but there are people in the office. If you want to send them an email and just ask if they have any other sources for you. The information I have is directly from them. All right, so there's the Ginger wallet and the magazine. And the Ginger wallet is perfect for my newest little bag. Are you ready? I'm going to show you. The name of this bag is very near and dear to me because I named it after my grandma, who taught me how to sew. So finally, after all of these years of bag making, she gets a bag. So this is the Alice Crossbody. Sorry, I made a big mess here. Alice Crossbody. So you saw the other day, if you follow me, I was posting some of the cork colors here. This is the large size, and there is also a small size. You can see the difference there. The small is super teeny tiny, and I love it because a lot of people tell me when they're traveling, they want just the basics, just the necessities. I don't know how to travel like that, but apparently a lot of you do. I don't know. I'm high maintenance. So I need a bigger bag. So this is more my size bag. And what I love about this is there's a nice big front zipper pocket. This is huge right in here. So you can get all of your stuff, you know, easy to access, you know, all your credit cards and your Ginger wallet. You can put your Ginger wallet right in there. And then it has a zipper top, and on the back, it has a very cool little open pocket. Okay. So you can put your phone. My mom said that's what this is perfect for, is your phone, things that you want to grab real quick. So this one right here, you can see, has the swivels and the D-rings. That is an option if you want something that's not adjustable. This is made exactly the way the pattern says. I'm 5'6". This fits nicely on my hip, which is where I would want to wear it. You can always shorten it if you wanted to make it adjustable though. There's also an adjustable option, and this is where those little 1/2-inch slide sets come in. Here is the adjustable slide on the little one. So the little one has the narrower strap, still has the zippered pocket and the back pocket, and then the zippered top. There's no pockets inside, just nice and simple. Oh, thank you. So you get the option to do either one. You can do the D-rings and the swivels, or you can do the slide set. Everybody has personal preference when it comes to bags, and I know a lot of my bag makers keep endless supplies of bag hardware, so at least you have some options. If you don't have one, you might have the other. So again, I'll show you those next to each other so you can see the sizes there. And on the brand new kits page, I kitted these. So there is a kit, so you're going to get everything you see here, but you are going to get the option to do either this or a slide set. So I did not make you commit to only one option. You get everything you see here, the zippers, all of the hardware, but you get to pick if you want D-rings and swivels or a slide set. These are kitted, and so are, sorry Grandma, this one, the pink. This was one that kind of surprised me that I liked it as much as I did. FYI, Zinio has the magazine digitally. Thank you for that. So if you're reading that. So here is this one, and I put some gypsy in there in the mint green, a little pop of color. So there is the pink one, also kitted. Uses the rose gold hardware and the rose gold cork, and I just thought it was just something kind of fun. I threw it together and then fell in love with it. I'm usually more of a purple girl than I am pink, but I mean, you know, I love that one. So there's the pink one. And then, as I told you, I have this weird animal obsession lately. I did a zebra. Okay, so you have your reds. And then I also I have been on a red and black kick, even though those are the two least favorite color combination of mine, not because I don't like them, but because I've seen so much red and black. Like it's so common. I like to kind of go outside the box, but for whatever reason, I'm in a red and black mode right now, which Janome must love because those are their colors and must be in my head. So this is another kit right here that has the medallion dots. So there's the two red and black versions. If you guys like these, if you want to see more kits, let me know and I will do some more colors. I am happy to keep sewing for you. I will tell you that 4 out of the 5 kits are the large size, and then I just have the one kit with the floral, which I threw on the floor, in the small size right there. So if you ordered a large, you have more than enough to do the small. You'd have a little bit of leftover. And so, like I said, you have your choice on the hardware. You get everything else as shown. It's all listed on there, and you get a paper copy of the pattern because I had some of them printed. So there's the Alice Crossbody. So you will get the copy of that so that you don't have to worry about downloading it. One other thing, I know some of you are your kit lovers, you love your kits, and maybe you want 2 of the kits. Maybe you want to do a small and a large. My husband is watching now. Hi, honey. If you want, I just got all hot. What? I'm like embarrassed that he's watching me. Anyway, if you want 2 of the kits, because the pattern is included in it already, what you can do is either ask me for a different pattern in the notes section, or just tell me you just want the one pattern and I will refund you the $10. It was just easier that way. It was going to get way too confusing. My honey is a comedian. It was just going to get too confusing with slide set, D-rings, pattern, no pattern. So just leave me a note, send me this pattern as well, and then you don't get 2 copies of Alice, or I just want the 1 copy and I'll refund you if you order more than 1 kit, just to let you know. So that is the new pattern. But I also have a revision pattern. And this I'm really excited about because I have been meaning to do this forever. Like, it's been one of those things that every time I'm at a show, somebody says to me, do something simple. And I always go to the Diva wallet. Now I have the Ginger wallet, but do you have like a nice simple zippered bag or something easy that I can put together? And yes, I do, the trio zip pouches. but I haven't promoted this pattern in a while, and I'll be honest with you, it's gonna sound kind of foolish. I hate the cover. It's old. I'm over the cover. Plus, as we evolve as designers and as artists, we come up with different techniques, and I have simplified the pattern now to actually go together a little bit quicker. It also includes the cork measurements on the back, and it can be done with the by the yard zippers that I sell. So all of that information has been revised. So there's a couple of things that you can do. If you're brand new to the pattern, great, then you have everything that you need here. It's available digitally on the website. If you already own the pattern and you would like a revised copy, send me an email with some kind of proof of purchase. Send me a photo of your cover. Send me something. I hate to be like that, but unfortunately I get a lot of people that ask me for free things all the time. You know who they are. But just send me and say, hey, I already have this pattern. Can you email me the new version? And I will send that to you. So because I have a new cover and a new version of an old pattern, I needed new samples. And I also kitted all of these. So I'm going to start with the fabric. The trio zip pouches, if you've never seen it, if you're brand new to here, it's trio because there's 3. We have all 3 of them right here. Okay. So there's your teeny tiny one, great for like all your little things, little chargers and whatnot. Your medium sized bag and your large bag, and they fit inside of each other. So if you use them for traveling, you can tuck them away and kind of, put them away until you're ready to use them. You can use, no, Zoe is not on the new pattern. So you can use the zippers here. This one is all done in my spring collection from last year in Juniper. So it's yellow inside and nice, bright, happy white out here. I hate to complain, but has Mother Nature missed anybody else and where they live? Because for us, so far, it's still winter. It is May 8th, and it is still winter in New York State. I have a little bit of a sunburn because we had one 70-degree day. So if Mother Nature is watching, anytime now, we would love to have some spring and summer weather. This reminds me of spring, and I needed some spring right now. This is all out of cotton, okay? So again, with the kits, because this is not a brand new pattern, what I did on the kits, you have an option with and without the pattern. So if you already own the pattern, then you can not pay the extra $10. If you don't and you want the pattern, then you can also get the paper copy with your kit. So that's kit number 1. I also did a Tula kit. I forgot that we had some of the monkey wrench left over, and I love her black and white. And what I also love about this pattern is that because you cut all of the fabric the same size per bag, you can flip-flop them. So I did the large in black, the medium in white. No, Gloria, no, don't say that. No, I did not sign up for snow in May, so no. And then I did the black for the small one. And this one comes with the ocean color zipper. So that you can do with the fabric, you can mix it up. One thing I will tell you about this pattern, it is written for 2 fat quarters. So that is all it takes to do the entire thing out of fabric or fabric and a fat quarter of cork. And you use pretty much every bit of it. The cork, you will have a little bit left over, and I'm going to show you what you can do with that. Yes, I know, Gloria, we're getting snow on Sunday, I think. Not a very nice Mother's Day. But what you can do with this, I lost my train of thought. I started thinking about snow. I'm not happy. Anyway, what you can do is you can flip-flop your fabrics, but what you want to do, because of the way that it's cut out of the fat quarters, you don't want anything directional. And it's hard to see, unfortunately, you really can't tell, but do you see how to side here, which is fine with this print, but here they kind of go this way. It's if you use a directional print, like a truly directional print, something like the Tula Pink sewing machines or something that has to be upright, it won't work with the fat quarters. That doesn't mean you can't get extra fabric to make it, but if you're using 2 fat quarters, it won't work. Well, you don't have to brag about Southern California. Southern California is 90 degrees right now. It's not warm here. And my husband wants dinner. Honey, I'm busy right now. Got things to do. So, kit number 3 is cork. And I did our medallion dots because this is such a good neutral. If you're making this for someone whose colors, you don't really know, if you're even making it for a guy, it's not florally, it's not over the top, really feminine. You can make this really for anybody, including you. So that is the Medallion Dots one, and this has some Tula Pink jellyfish inside, because believe it or not, I don't have a lot of red fabric, but I really liked how that looked, just kind of a little fun pop inside. And if you see the little tassel that's on here, you have enough cork to do that. You have like a nice little strip left over at the end. So what I did is, in the cork kits, you get the little swivel hook included, so you can make your tassel, which is a free download on the cork page. So you can make yourself a nice little set, and then you have a little bit of scrap of cork left over you can play with. So that's kit number one. And then this is like the really bougie fancy kit that I have here. I did the pearl gray with some Tula and some pink zippers, but on this one, not only do you get your little swivel hook for your tassel, you also get pink and green ribbon. So you can, hi Sonia, so you can play around with that. The kit comes with a half yard of each color, so you can decide what bags you want it on, and I just sewed that right on the cork before I made my bag. Nice and simple. This one I did use a different print than I put on the website because it's directional, and I forgot how to make my own pattern, because sometimes people do that. So you will get a Tula Pink homemade print, not the one that's in this one though. So that is the trio. Here's the other thing about the trio. Like I told you, if you have extra fabric, you can always make all of the bags out of something directional. You'll just need extra. You need about a half yard instead of a fat quarter. Or you can always make the bag whatever size you want, okay? Once you have the technique down, that's all that you need, and then you can make the bag whatever size you want. I embroidered this on my Janome. This is not sponsored, but I just wanted to let you guys know. But I did embroider this on my Janome yesterday because I haven't embroidered in a while and I forgot how much I like it. So I put that, it's just one of their basic designs that comes in the machine, on the mustard cork with a little bit of the tribal arches. I love this print because it's just nice and simple and it goes with any color. And then I used the orange and yellow gold zipper on there, just to kind of make it fun. It's huge. It's bigger than my head. It's a good snack bag, or makeup. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm going to put in this bag, probably projects, but it's just giant and I wanted to make one. Oh yeah, for your iPad, you can make whatever you like. And I made the corners bigger on this one so it's nice and big. Here's a little tip for you, just to let you guys know. When you're reading the pattern, each of the sizes tells you what to cut your corners at. Whatever size you cut your corner, the depth of your bag will be double that. So if you cut a 1-inch corner, your bag will be 2 inches wide. So on the medium size, it's 2 inches, okay, because it's a 1-inch corner. On this one, I cut my corners 2 inches, 2.5, so it's 5 inches this way. So it's just something to kind of keep in mind if you want to make a bag that is a certain width. So there's that one. Isn't she cute? So I don't know what I'm going to put in there, but maybe I'll be carrying it around when I'm allowed to leave the house again. Otherwise, it's just going to stay here. Thank you. So let me check again here. I got that. I told you about the kits. I told you about that. And so yes, we're going to try to do some Facebook Fridays. Probably not going to be at night again though. Yes, all of my Sephora would fit in, well, some of my Sephora would fit in there, Marlene, not all of it. Marlene likes to open up my Sephora boxes when they come to work, but she hasn't been here to open them. We're going to try to do Facebook Fridays probably earlier in the day. I picked this time just because I didn't know what everybody had going on and what I was doing during the day, shipping orders and everything, and I had some prep work to do. I wanted to get the website done, but I think we're going to start doing our Facebook Fridays a little bit earlier, but don't worry, I will save the videos, so if you're not here live, that's fine. It's nice to say hi to everybody, but if you're not around, you can always watch them later. This is my first one. I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I will make sure that I find out. I think it's very simple just to save them, and then you'll have some tips and some, some goodies and stuff on there. So before I talk all night long, I'm going to pull over my ironing station that I made right now. Don't laugh. And I just want to give you a couple of tips because I had promised that we were going to talk tips tonight too. I wanted to show you the new stuff, but I also have a couple of things that I wanted to share that will hopefully make your life a little bit easier. Let me see if I could just move this back a little bit. Sorry guys. Just so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, thank you. So, you probably can't see too well, but I will try to hold everything up for you. Just a couple of quick things. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who was asking me about pressing better and getting her bag seams a little bit flatter, getting things a little bit smoother, especially on curves, and really making her cork seams press really well. So what I wanted to do is show you what I do and what I use, and these are our clappers. So you may have seen me talk about these. You've probably seen them on the website. Log Cabin, which is my local quilt shop, also has some of these from our bag weekends. So some of you don't know why I use these or what you're supposed to do with them. They are heavy blocks of wood, but what happens when you use this for pressing is that the heat is absorbed into the wood and it helps to make your seams nice and flat. So when you're making bags especially, and you can use them for quilting, but when you're making bags, you have thick seams, you have heavy interfacing, and you have cork and different things that you really want to make nice and smooth. This is how I get everything nice and smooth. I get a lot of compliments on, you know, how my top stitching looks and how everything, you know, kind of comes together, and it's because I have a really good smooth seam to start with. So I pressed this one with the iron, and that's exactly how it looks. I just pressed it and left it. This one was pressed with the clapper. You can see that's without and with, how smooth that is and how much flatter they are. I know it's hard to see my little station here, but what I like to do, I take my iron, I take my piece, and I give it a little steam, press it. I'm pressing on a wool mat, and then I take the clapper back and I put that on there. Sometimes I'll press down if it's really, really thick. Sometimes I'll just kind of leave it here and move on to the next thing. But if you use that, it helps to make everything nice and flat and even so that when you go to top stitch, you don't have any little hiccups where the foot is getting caught, and it's nice and smooth and easy for you to stitch. Okay, so I have the small and the large. I always have both of them around because if I have a longer seam, I'll use them both. If I'm pressing inside of something, I'll use this, and I'll actually put it inside the bag like that, and then I'll go ahead and press. Okay, I also use it for interfacing. I get a lot of questions about decor bond and people having issues getting it to stick or sometimes getting it flat. And here's a piece that's been interfaced with decor bond. I'll just show you this really quick. Here's my decor bond. I have shiny side up. Fabric is wrong side down. I'm going to go ahead and iron with steam. Okay. And if I find that I'm getting any little puckers or anywhere that it doesn't want to stick, I'll take my clapper and I'll either hold it on there or I'll smooth it and just kind of do that to get all of my edges nice and stuck down. Okay. So there's more than one use for the clapper, but that's why I always have them around. I get a lot of comments of, oh, I used to have that from, you know, dressmaking, or I have those already. Get them back out. And if you don't have one, I do sell both sizes on the website. And a little bit more coffee. And one other thing that I wanted to show you, since we're talking about pressing, is fleece. Somebody, and I think it was Diana, I'm not sure, somebody had asked me why I use what I use and why I prefer what I use. And the reason is simple. It was some of the first stuff that I ever tried was the decor bond. And yes, and I will answer your question about the cork in just one second. Decor bond was one of the first things I started using when I started making bags. So I just kind of fell into it and just kind of liked it. I have not had issues with it. I don't have the wrinkling issues that a lot of people have. I don't have issues with it sticking, and I don't know why that is. I don't keep secrets. There's nothing I'm doing differently that I'm not telling you to do. I think maybe sometimes it can be either one or the other, either not ironing with a hot enough iron and getting it to stick, or over ironing it, and that's why you get some of the wrinkles. You have to remember that this is a non-woven product. It's a polyester-based product. So if you are ironing and ironing and ironing and holding the iron on, and I can even show you, if you're just kind of sitting here and just, you know, doing your thing and letting it go and go and go and go, it's gonna wrinkle. You see how wrinkled that just got? Because you don't want to over iron it. You want to just kind of smoothly move your iron. Again, grab that clapper if you have any issues like that. And don't continually iron it, and try not to iron on the back side. I do if I have to, but that is when you will usually run into more problems than anything else. Why do I also like the Decor Bond? I like the weight of it. I like that this is not too heavy to fold a few times for handles. It will still go through just fine. I like that it's not super, super stiff, but if I want something stiffer, I don't tend to go towards this super heavy stuff or the foam or anything like that. And the only reason is some of the hardware and some of the techniques that I use don't work as well with that. Soft and Stable and foam are great products, but they work on different bags than I make. So when I want something a little bit firmer, I will use this. This is the fleece, which I also sell on the website. There's a bumpy side, which is the glue, and then there's the fleece side. And what I have found with this is that if I use a layer of this on the outside of the bag, so I will do interfacing, and then also use the fleece, I get a nice stable bag that's good for hardware. It's the right thickness, it's not too hard to turn, and it doesn't have to be quilted. I don't quilt my bags. If you're using a foam, they tend to work better with the with quilting it. The clappers are on the Notions page of the website, I think. You would think that I would know that as the person who uploads things. Notions. They sure are, yes. They're on the Notions page, Regina. So one quick thing with the fleece that I have found over the years of doing it, again, polyester based, if I put this on here and I iron on this side, it doesn't always want to stick, and a lot of times it wants to shrivel, especially around the outside. So what I find is I put this with the bumpy side up, and I put my fabric with the fabric side up. I go over it, and I just kind of warm it up a little bit. I'm not worrying about it adhering. And then I flip it over, and now that it's warm, when I go ahead and iron, it sticks better, and I get minimal shrinkage around the edges. And that's how I get the fleece on there, okay? So just a couple of quick tips on that. Also, if you are, oh, yes, Diana, I do agree that the clappers make a huge difference. I've had one for a long time. These are made in Massachusetts by Tracy and Tim from T&T Quilt Boards. You might even have one of their quilt boards. They make everything from the small to the big toppers that go on your ironing boards. They're a husband and wife team. They're awesome, really nice people. They're made locally, which I love. And this is just something that I had been using a different kind of clapper, and then we've known each other for a while, but we were vendors across from each other, and I noticed they had clappers, and I said, hey, can I try that out? I want to try the sizes out, and I fell in love with theirs because this thing is so much heavier than anything else I've ever had, that if I had to pick, I'd buy the large. But if I could, I'd have them both because I just like kind of interchanging. Do I have the large zebra tote as a kit? This tote, I do not have any of the Pipers kitted, but if you guys want them, I will list them. Just give me a couple of days, you know, maybe even this weekend. I have no problem putting kits up on the website and, you know, kind of letting you guys take a look through them. So if you want the zebra kit put up there, I will do that for you. I'll work on that this weekend, because I was actually thinking that on the way over, that I have the Piper and I don't have any kits for it, so I will work on that, definitely. Sorry, I'm very sidetracked. So yes, I really do love the clappers. I have found that they have made a huge difference in my interfacing, a huge difference in my cork and in everything else. And to go back, Gloria had asked, she was told not to iron on cork. So without getting into a huge conversation, which I have another question for you guys, but without getting into a huge debatable conversation, here is what I have found with the cork. If you buy the cork that I sell, this is a high quality, it's a thick cork, it's not too thick to sew through, so if you're new to cork, don't be worried. It has a fabric backing on it, it is a well-made cork, it is directly imported from Portugal. If you're working with our cork, not a problem. You can iron on both sides. You can interface it. Some of my patterns I have. I wouldn't do it on any of the ones that are overly metallic. Not anything like this is fine that just has a little bit of metallic embedded. If the metallic is kind of an overlay, like the unicorn tears, which is the cork that has all the rainbow colors splashed on top, don't put an iron on that. Ask me how I know. You can iron on the back side. So the back of any of the cork, the front of the majority of cork, and I have not had any issues. My iron is on linen. It's on the hottest setting. I use steam. The cork will hold up to that as long as it's high quality. If you're using a thin cork or you're using a cork that's not cork, because there's a lot of cork out there that is not really cork. It's plastic, unfortunately, because it is not made from the trees. It's just kind of a manufactured cork product that looks like cork. Don't iron any of those. So you can always just kind of test a little corner, but if you're buying the cork from me, I can tell you that you can iron the cork. Every one of these samples has been ironed. Do I hold the iron on there forever and ever and ever? No. But ironing a seam, interfacing if need be, you know, pressing, because they get creased. They're on shelves and they're folded. You can iron over it. It won't hurt it. And yes, you can also use a pressing sheet or a pressing cloth if you're unsure or if you're just a little bit hesitant. And hi, Rochelle, I didn't say hi to you. But you can always email me if you have any questions. Go on my website. I put a lot of information on there, but if you are still unsure, send me an email. I do answer them. I don't always get to Facebook Messenger, so that's a really bad place to ask me questions. And in case you didn't know, Facebook punishes me if I don't answer you quickly. So it's actually better if you email me, Facebook and their weird algorithms. But anyway, if you have a question, just send me an email. There's a contact page on the website. And if you need to send me a picture, just send it to jessica@somanycreationsny.com. And you can always ask me on here. I think my email might be on the Facebook page. I'm not really sure. I'm not always the most tech savvy. I have a 21-year-old sister, almost 21, and she won't show me things because she's mean, and I'm old. So, you know, what are you going to do? So that was kind of the cork and ironing in a nutshell. I did want to show you one other thing. If you're on the Notions page, I wanted to show you this little tool because this, to me, is extremely underrated. I'm sorry, I'm looking for a tissue. My allergies are terrible right now. This tool right here, I think a lot of people are hesitant to buy it because it's expensive, or they're not sure if they really need it. And if you're on my Notions page, I just want to let you know what you're looking at here. This is the Alex Anderson 4-in-1 tool. And the reason that I use this all the time, I cannot sew a bag without it, is first of all this, okay? This right here is a turning tool. So you have the end here that's pointed but yet rounded, so it's not going to poke a hole in anything. So if you're making like a flap or anything rounded, it's great to kind of run along the edge in there. Under here is a stiletto. So that's really helpful when you're sewing if you can't, you know, get it started in your machine, or if you need to get in there and you don't want to put your fingers in there, because that's a bad idea too. You have your stiletto. On this end is a little wooden iron, which I will use sometimes for a little seam, or if I'm making, like if I'm paper piecing something and don't want to get up an iron. So you have a little wooden iron, and it's also a seam ripper. I don't know if you guys can see that. So it's a seam ripper. So it is 4 tools in one, and it's square. So when you put it on your sewing machine, it doesn't roll off. This has been on, hi Heidi, this has been on the Notions page on and off because there was a while that it was out of stock. But I really love this thing, and if you're wondering why is this $20, what is this little piece of wood going to do, that is what it's for. So these are kind of my bag making must-haves that have made a huge difference in how my stuff looks, I think. I think that's about it. I had one more question for you guys, and I don't want you to answer here. Think about it. Hi, Diane. You're welcome to send me an email. I have been getting asked and also thinking about and kind of, running around with the idea of doing some Zoom classes, some online classes. Unfortunately, I can't go to the local shop right now, which for me is Log Cabin. A lot of you know me from there because I'm always there teaching when I can. But since I can't be there right now teaching, I was thinking about doing some Zoom classes. The only, I don't want to say issue, but the only kind of question and kink to work out with a Zoom class is that if I'm here teaching you and you're all on your sewing machines, we kind of all have to keep on track with each other, if you know what I mean, to make sure that the pace is moving along on the class. You probably don't want to be on your computer and your sewing machine for a 6-hour class. But, hi Vicki, it's something to think about. It might be something that you might want to do, like a bag lecture or a small project or a tips and tricks, something. I would keep the price very reasonable, obviously, and I'm thinking in the 3 to 4 hour range, something that we're not totally committed to for an entire day, which I know it's always different when you go to a shop and you bring your machine there. Hey, Joan. So just something to kind of think about if you would be interested in a Zoom class, if you want, have some ideas on doing an online class and you want me to, kind of think about it, send me an email if you have a chance, and just say, like, I can totally do a 6-hour class. I want a 2-hour lecture, just something. If you guys give me the ideas, I'll put the work into it and I'll put it out there. A Zoom class I think would be fun. I would limit it so that we wouldn't be too overwhelmed. I don't want to have 20 people in a class. We'd probably keep it to like 10-ish, something like that. So just think about that. And if you have questions or you want a kit on something, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just hanging out here. So send me an email. You can comment on here. You can, post something on the page. Like I said, if you message me, I don't always get around to reading it. I agree, Bonnie. I think 2 to 3 hours would be great. So I can come up with some ideas. Maybe we'll talk about it on our next Facebook. It has been an hour. You guys have been listening to me ramble. It's been awesome to talk to somebody aside from my husband, my mother, and my dogs. So thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to save this video for anybody that didn't get a chance. Oh, and of course Tracy just tunes in when I was talking about her clappers. One other quick thing, and then I'm gonna wrap this up and let you guys go. Zoom has audio and video issues. See, and that's something else. Internet can be tricky, and so that can be a problem sometimes with Zoom. So some things that we'll kind of work out. I've mentioned my local shop a couple times. Hi, Tracy. I was just talking about your clappers. My local shop for me in upstate New York is Log Cabin. I also do teach at Adirondack Quilt sometimes, and they've been doing a lot of classes and some different things on their Facebook page. So you might want to tune in there if you're local or if you just like quilt shops, because we all do. But I am going to do something hopefully in the next week or so with Log Cabin, maybe show you what they have been getting in for inventory, show you what they've been doing, and just kind of do a little Facebook over there. So if you haven't gotten enough of my face here, I will probably be doing another one next week for Log Cabin, maybe the week after. We haven't worked that out yet. And I will also be doing another, not Zoom, Facebook next week, and we're going to be sewing next week. So I promise you, you will get to see some sewing and some tips. If you have any questions, let me know, and have a good night. I'm going to go drink some coffee or some wine. I don't know. Have a good night, you guys.